Hey folks, welcome back to the shop for another episode of Thingamajigger Thursday here at Tucson Acres. In today's episode, I'm going to go over last week's mystery tool, then I'm going to show you next week's mystery tool, and I'm going to show you one of my all-time favorite tools. And I have to apologize for my tardiness today. Been out on a job site helping a buddy put up a new roof. But let's get into it. Here we go. I'm going to move the camera forward so you can get a better look. All right, so first up are the pliers from last week, and as usual, raw bacon almost had it exactly right. These are actually F.E. Lindstrom. That's written up here, and then Bell System is down there. Yeah, he got it right. Okay. But they're crimper pliers, and unfortunately, my favorite website for researching tools, archive.org, is down right now. Apparently it was hacked and like over 30 million accounts information got stolen. And I couldn't look up the catalogs that these would have been sold in. And honestly, I really wasn't able to find much else about how it was used. I don't know if they used a double ferrule style crimp or if they used a single round ferrule, and when they crimped it, it turned it into a more of a double. But that's what they are. I'll throw a few photos up here of other styles. The ones with the end hinge here give you a lot more leverage. There are other styles, like this one, that have a standard plier style hinge there. You won't get near the leverage out of that other than maybe that very bottom one. And used for putting either telephone wires together. I think this was designed back in the day when they were doing telegraphs. Tying together telegraph lines. They do what's called a Western Union wrap, where the two wires go together, and then they do this special wrap on it, almost like fencing, and then they would put a ferrule over it and crimp that down. I think. So if somebody out there knows for sure, please let me know. I checked on, the Garage Journal and a bunch of other places. Kind of running out of places to look for this stuff. Either that or Google is starting to get a little weird. Maybe I'll try DuckDuckGo from now on, or Bing. Anyway. So yeah, that's what these are, and I have these two styles. I did show, I don't know, almost a year ago now, I had that hand crank one that you run a ferrule through. It basically did the same thing, but it had a set of rollers, a bigger roller and a smaller roller. And with the right size ferrule, it would crimp the first one down to a certain size, then you'd slide it over to the next set of rollers, and it had this ratcheting arm on it. It was made by Proto, and it, I believe, said Bell Systems as well. So really cool old tools right here. You know what else is cool? Like and subscribe. I know. Sorry. Next week, I'm not even going to bother to hide anything. These things, I just got these a week ago. A week and a couple days ago. I mean, 36 inch. You probably saw it on the thumbnail. 36 inch like HKP cut off, like master key style, right, like bolt cutter. But this dude right here, what is that? And I'm not gonna lie, I've tried looking it up, and the numbers that are on here, I'll read it just so that everybody else can know. It says G-7654-2. The other side says the same thing, except it's a -1 at the end. Let's see if yeah, you guys, you all can see that. Huge, like 2-inch diameter inside. They don't quite close all the way. Maybe if they got cinched down. Nope, that's it. There's a hole in the top on each side. It does say Made in USA on it. Right there. Above my finger. On both sides, these plates here. That's how wide they open. I mean, they sort of look like nippers, if anybody out there knows what I'm talking about. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Used for cattle. Chink. So, yeah, if you have any clue. It also says L64 right here. I forgot to mention that. Right there. L64, I believe. Quit focusing on me. Focus on that. So yeah, that'll be next week's tool. I'll keep digging into it when I get the opportunity anyway. Hopefully somebody out there begging can figure out what those buggers are for. All right, now on to one of my all-time favorite tools. I've got a pretty decent selection of 3/8 ratchets, okay? You know, this is my second favorite here. Got a snap-on swivel head, bent handle, offset handle. It's okay. Snap-on's stupid expensive. I don't know. I mean, even in a professional automotive shop, I don't know. I've just never found them to be worth what they're asking. A nice KD flex head. It's okay. This is a Craftsman, old school Craftsman. I love the detents that are in these. Good solid detents, good workings. They're only probably like 60 or 70 tooth, so they're not, you know, they're not fine tooth, but they work great. I love them. Another snap-on, a little bit older. Traditional old school Craftsman. Here's the straight handle, straight Craftsman. Straight handle, smooth, without, you know, it's basically the same as that one. But this one's got this big lug on here. Yeah, either way. This one. I have had this one for probably 20-ish years. It's got the bent handle, good flex head, but good solid ka-chunk detents. I just like 2 years ago broke the gear set in there for the first time ever in 20 years. I was able to find 2 rebuild kits on eBay. It doesn't sound quite as good because I really put a lot of grease in there. I should probably clean out a little bit of it. This is just so nice to use. You get into tight places and then you can turn it up like this and go super fast, almost like a speed handle. The bent handle here, I love it. Just everything about this ratchet. And like I said, it's almost identical to the snap-on, you know, as far as shape, silhouette, functionality. Now the snap-on's a little bit skinnier handle, a little bit more bent, and I don't know if it come from the factory that way or not. I didn't buy this new. I don't ever buy snap-on new. That sounds nice, but there's no detent in the head. The swivel head, flex head. And I hate that. I want it to stay right there because they will loosen up over time. You know, it's not like you can just tighten that up. Maybe you could bang on it with a hammer, but I want it to detent and snap. So, yeah, just feels good in the hand. You know, it's one of those tools that wears in over the years, just gets softer and nicer. And man, like I said, probably right around 20 years, and I just love it. So if anybody else has any suggestions for me to show one of my tools, or you guys have a favorite tool, please feel free to throw it down in the comments. I know Bacon had mentioned last week these guys here. I keep just a couple drill bits on the bench here. Step drills, and they are handy, but I have to admit for myself, I don't use these a whole lot. When you're doing like random stuff, it's nice just to toss one of these in the toolbox or a bag, a go bag or something. You know, either the big one or the small one. Make sure you get a good quality, like the Kleins or the Milwaukees. Don't get one of those Harbor Freight titanium coated ones. They're junk, total garbage. Now granted, you're only paying like $3 to $5 for those, where you're paying $20 to $30 for one of these. But a quality one is going to last you a long, long, long time. And they are nice. Oh, here's one of those junk ones. That titanium coated crap. I hate these. All those drill bits, I got rid of all of them. They're just no good. All right, that'll be it for this week. I know I got to get back at that roof tomorrow and all next week, so hopefully I can find time somewhere in there, because I know I mentioned I was going to get out and get some photos of the autumn colors around here. We're at peak right now, yesterday, today, and maybe tomorrow. It's beautiful. The forest trees, they look like they're on fire. Bright reds and oranges and yellows. It's gorgeous. So I'll really try to get out there and grab a couple of photos. Probably this weekend I'll do that. For everybody, have a great weekend, safe weekend, and we'll see you next Thursday.